This year marks Sonic's 34th anniversary. It was just a couple weeks ago, and I had planned to have this video out by then, and I did not, which is a shame. But thankfully, it's still the 34th anniversary, which is fine. And next year is going to be another big milestone for the franchise, Sonic's 35th anniversary. So I figured that let's look back at all of the other anniversaries that Sonic has had and Sega has celebrated. So, the first time Sega ever celebrated an anniversary for Sonic was when he hit his 10th anniversary. In that year, we had Sonic Adventure 2 be the big game of that year. Sonic Adventure 2 was released. Well, talk about a freaking game to celebrate your anniversary, huh? You got Sonic Adventure 2, which is recognized by some people as the best Sonic game ever. A lot of people think that. And a lot of people, even though they don't think that, recognize that Adventure 2 is a great game. I mean, it builds upon Sonic Adventure. We get an introduction to Shadow and the whole Project Shadow thing. Rouge is introduced in this game as well. A whole bunch of like lore that has mainstayed in Sonic since is in this game, and that's not even talking about all the levels and stages and all that. So I mean, what a way to celebrate your 10th anniversary than Sonic Adventure 2. But that's not the only good game out there for this year. We have Sonic Advance made its debut with the very first game. I've gone on about how much I love the Sonic Advance quadrilogy, as it were, and I made a video talking about how I would love for Sega to republish or port these games over in a big collection so that we can all experience them again, because at the moment they are still stuck on the GBA and remain Nintendo exclusive games. So it would be nice, in the future if we can get these. But I mean, like, think about these two games you got here. You got Sonic Adventure 2 for your console game, and then you got Sonic Advance in the portable 2D market. So Sonic this year was really hitting it. He's got a great 3D game, he's got a great 2D game. So, I mean, everything's working for Sonic. But there was another game called Sonic Cafe. It was a mobile phone game and a re-release of the 16-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog, and was released as part of the Sonic Cafe service offered by Sega. I could not find any footage of this, but it did happen. All of the Archie comics this year featured the anniversary logo, so that's nice. And then we had the Sonic Birthday Pack, which was a limited edition bundle meant to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog, exclusively sold in Japan. It includes the original Japanese release of Sonic Adventure 2, as well as a foldable plaque containing a history pamphlet, a collectible coin, and a disc containing select tracks from previous titles. It was only available for 2 days, so you want to talk about a limited time release. 2 days, bro, is how long you had the opportunity to get this. Some other memorabilia that was available to be found for this year was a 10th anniversary Dreamcast, a 10th anniversary statue. There was a wine glass, so I guess if you want to celebrate having wine with Sonic, you can. There was a Zippo lighter, and there was Adventure 2 plushies. So that was the 10th anniversary. That's how Sega celebrated it. Overall, I think that's fine. It's not a lot of things, but the things that they did celebrate, they did use to celebrate, they make sense, and I think this is something that a lot of companies do, which is they overdo the memorabilia and the merch of anniversaries and stuff to the point where it's just like overwhelming. This seems like a right amount. So then we move on 5 years to 2006 for Sonic's 15th anniversary. Oh dear God. Okay, so the first game we have here is Sonic Riders, which, alright, that's not a bad way to start off. Sonic Riders is seen by many as the racing series for Sonic, and it did make Sonic stand out from, like, say, Mario Kart. Whereas he's not just in a go-kart, racing. It's like, no, they're using extreme gear with hoverboards and all that type of stuff. This introduced the Babylon Rogues, Jet, Wave, Storm, introduced all of them. Introduced the Babylonians, like all of this stuff that Sonic Riders did. So Sonic Riders as a as a game to kick off the 15th anniversary. Hey, we're looking good. Unfortunately, we didn't stay that way, because next was Sonic the Hedgehog on the Game Boy, Advance, also known as Sonic Genesis. This is a port of Sonic the Hedgehog onto the Game Boy Advance, and it is widely regarded as the worst port of the game. This game is a buggy mess. It moves at a snail's pace. The music is altered poorly. It is pretty much unplayable. It is an awful port of the first Sonic game, which at this time, wasn't as widely accessible to get, because we're in 2006 here, guys. So it's not as wildly available as it is now, where it's like you can play Sonic 1 for freaking anything now, right? Back then, not as easy. And sadly for Game Boy Advance people, this wasn't it. You know what else wasn't it? The next game, which was built as the anniversary game for the year, right? We all know it. Sonic 06. I mean, listen, man, this game has been documented how many times of all its problems. Sega was rushing this game out the door to get it out in time for this year. And we got what we got. Ended up, and this was meant to be a big soft reboot for the series as well. Because it was literally just called Sonic the Hedgehog, which is always a big statement when you release a game in the series and it's the same name as the first title. It's like, oh, whoa, we're making a statement. We made a statement. The statement is Sonic is dead, because this game killed it. On Sonic's 15th anniversary, Sonic 06, its anniversary game, killed it. And Sonic took years. We're going to go through multiple of these anniversaries with Sonic still not being recovered from it. That's how bad this game was. That's how bad of damage Sonic 06 did to Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, there is that. I mean, Sonic almost didn't make it past his 10th anniversary, because Sega thought that, since they were leaving the console war, the future of Sonic and everything was up in limbo, but thankfully Sonic was able to endure that and become, a third-party series. But now, we're afraid of the series was freaking killed once again by Sega. This time of their own problems. And then we had Sonic Rivals. Sonic Rivals. I mean, it's whatever. It's a weird novelty racing game. I've played, I think, like the first area of Rivals. I really should get back into playing it, because I didn't hate it. I don't think it's a bad game. Again, I haven't played a bunch of it. It's just kind of there, right? It's definitely something that people have forgotten about. So game-wise, yeah, we're not looking too good this year, because Riders is really the only thing that we got going. All the Archie comics featured the anniversary logo. There was a Sonic X trading card game, which I would love. Give me that, please. There was a 15th anniversary statue, and then there was Battle at Ice Palace, which was a Sonic X novel. So that's fun. We then also had the Summer of Sonic, which was an annual convention focusing on all aspects of Sonic the Hedgehog. The event usually takes place in London, and was created in 2006 by game journalist and Sonic fan site owner Dreadnux. So there we go. That was the 15th anniversary. Overall, I mean, this anniversary sucked because, we almost killed the series. Not that good. Then we move on 5 years. Sonic still has not recovered. Still very much dead. Still very much seen as a joke. To the 20th anniversary. So, what is the first game this year to celebrate the 15th anniversary? Sonic the Hedgehog. Which, you know what? That's cool. I love Sonic the Hedgehog. I think that's such a cool novelty idea. To just have like a little stick man, crudely drawn version of Sonic. That's cool. I like that. That's really fun. We then had Sonic Tweet, this is an app accessed through Twitter. The application comes off as a game where the player must help Sonic defeat Dr. Eggman. The game, which requires the player to follow Sonic Tweet JP and authorize it to be able to read the player's tweets, is a free minigame that involves the player to tweet Sonic Tweet as part of the message. Certain words from the message will make Sonic use a dash to attack Eggman. Defeating Eggman will reward the player with one of 500 cards that can be collected or traded in for additional dash attacks. The cards are composed with artwork or sprites from a group of 35 different Sonic games. What did I just read? What is this? You tried to make a game through Twitter. I mean, sure, cool idea. I don't know what this is. And I can't find anything about it other than like one picture and like, you know, the logo of it. But like, I can't find any footage that this game exists. But moving on from whatever that fever dream is, we have the true anniversary game of the year, which is Sonic Generations. Yeah, so I mean, everyone regards Generations, even back then, this was like, oh my god, Sonic can be good. You know, when Sega wants to actually try, Sonic can still be good. And I mean, Generations, it's a fantastic idea for an anniversary game. Sonic's birthday, right? It's Sonic's birthday, and time travel's involved, so you get to go back and relive all the old stages. You know, that's a really nice idea and a nice way to celebrate the series, you know, for an anniversary game. And this is the first time we can actually talk about in these anniversaries that the game had two versions, because of course Generations there's a console version and then there was a portable version, which was Sonic Generations for the 3DS. The whole 3DS game is in 2D and they kind of do like a pseudo 3D style, but it's different from the console version because the levels are different and the bosses are different too. We have stuff like Emerald Coast from Sonic Adventures there, Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2. There is, I believe, is it the, oh my god, what's it called? Instead of Planet Wisp, there's the Tropical Resort, I believe is what we have for Sonic Colors to take that spot. There is Water Palace from freaking Sonic Rush. You know, getting some of the console representation in there. There's different bosses, like I said. There is the Egg Emperor from Sonic Heroes. There's the Bio Lizard, you know, there as well. So it's very cool that even the, like, because a lot of things do this, which is like, you know, the console version and the portable version of a game will be different. But that actually worked to this game's benefit because it's still the same thing. It's still going back through Sonic's history, but it's different history that the main game never touched upon, right? So it's cool. So it's like your experience is genuinely different on both consoles, but it still works and like the same thing, and it can still be said that you know, Sonic did all the stuff in the portable version of Gens while he was doing the console version of Gens. So I don't know actually if the portable version of Gens is considered canon, like how Sonic Colors has the portable version of Colors also canon, which is freaking a weird decision to make. But yeah, there's Generations. We had two versions of Generations to experience, and both of them are good. You know, I haven't played the portable version of Generations, but I have, you know, seen the video on it, watching people play it, and it looks like a real fun time. So, you know, you have two versions of Generations out here, and both of them are good. Great. Then we had the Mario and Sonic at the London Olympics, which they count this as a anniversary game. I don't know about that because, I mean, I guess you can if you want. I did release in the anniversary year, but I mean, I think it was always going to release this year anyway, you know, because that's when the Olympics took place. But I guess you can count it, right? You can count it as an anniversary game. The Mario and Sonic Olympic Games, they're what they are. They're just mini-game collections at the end of the day, really some better than others. And then we had Christian Whitehead's port of Sonic CD released on phones, and then later on it was ported to consoles, and now it is the definitive version of Sonic CD. It is always the version that Sega puts out whenever Sonic CD is released. I mean, this is the version in Sonic Origins. So yeah, Christian Whitehead's version of Sonic CD came out this year too, which, hey, that's a great anniversary thing, huh? The definitive version of CD's out. So then moving on to more memorabilia, we had the PC pack, which was a release exclusive in Australia to celebrate Sonic's 20th anniversary. It includes a 20th anniversary themed LED computer mouse and mouse pad, and the Sonic PC Collection compilation. So can I just say, by getting this, you're getting a sweet deal. The Sonic PC Collection was a PC collection that was only released in Australia, France, New Zealand, and Spain in 2009. And what this thing has, it has Sonic Riders, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Adventures, Sonic Adventure DX on it. And from getting DX, you could have the access to get a bunch of different games in DX, because a lot of games were hidden as like rewards and secrets and extras in Sonic Adventure DX. So you get the 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog, you get Sonic Drift, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Spinball, Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic 2 8-bit, Mean Bean Machine 8-bit, Triple Trouble, Sonic Drift 2, Tails Sky Patrol, Sonic Blast, and Tails Adventure from this. And then the fourth game was the Sonic Mega Collection Plus. What type of freaking collection is this, where in the collection they give you another collection? So because you get the Mega Collection Plus, you get Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, Mean Beam Machine, 3D Blast, Blue Sphere, Knuckles and Sonic 2, Flicky, Rystar, The Ooze, Comic Zone, 8-bit Sonic, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Drift, Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Blast, and 8-bit Mean Beam Machine. So you got everything, pretty much. What is this? I mean, sure, you don't get stuff like Sonic Adventure 2 on here, right? But like or Sonic CD, but you got freaking a crap ton of games from this thing, dude. Like, what the hell? This had 25 unique different Sonic titles on it. What type of a collection is this? One day, Sega, you need to do this again. Not for PC, but for like consoles, like the Sonic, Ultra Collection. It's got every Sonic game you could fit on a disc. just do it. Oh my god, I'm in awe about that, by the way. So, other memorabilia was there was a Wii remote charger. There was, of course, a 20th anniversary statue. There was many OSTs were re-released at this time through like iTunes, and the Apple Store. So these OSTs were like, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. They were re-released for the 20th anniversary. Thank you for this, because this is the tracks you get on like Spotify right now. So thank you for this. There was Sonic got a balloon during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, and there was History of Sonic: Birth of an Icon, which was a documentary series about Sonic up until this point. You could actually watch the documentary on YouTube. It's on YouTube for free. Now we move on to the 25th anniversary of Sonic, moving up another 5 years. So what did we have to kickstart the 25th anniversary? We had Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympics. Again, like I said with the London one, this is kind of a gray area thing. Like, yes, it was released in the anniversary year, but it was always going to be released this year because of the Olympics. So, I mean, whatever, we had Sonic Boom Fire and Ice on the 3DS. Oh, great, the Sonic Boom games. I mean, to be fair to the portable, Sonic Boom games, they aren't that bad. They're not like Rise of Lyric, but, no one really talks about them. They're kind of forgotten, to be honest. But this mechanic in the game was nice. You can have fire aura around you, you can have ice aura around you. That helps you get through the levels. Cool. It's a very simple concept. But shockingly enough, the thing that is the most big thing for this year for anniversary for Sonic is Sonic was featured in LEGO Dimensions. I don't know if you remember what LEGO Dimensions was. It was LEGO's answer to the Toys to Life craze, because you had stuff like Skylanders and Disney Infinity and all that. And LEGO Dimensions was the LEGO's answer to that. And I have to say, And I have to say that I was a huge fan of Lego Dimensions. I thought Lego Dimensions was awesome. I remember one Christmas was completely dedicated to Lego Dimensions. Like, I got Lego Dimensions, the game, and the big set that you need to play the game. And then every other toy I got that Christmas was characters from Lego Dimensions, right? Like, it was all the ones that were available at the time. I think at the time of Christmas, it was like the first 2 waves were out, and I was like getting everyone I wanted from the first 2 waves for that Christmas. But sadly, when Sonic came around to be in Lego Dimensions, I wasn't a Sonic fan yet, so I missed out on him. I would love to get my hands on a Sonic Lego Dimensions figure and then be able to play that level. Would be great, because my Lego Dimensions is actually still set up on my PS3, so I can pop it in whenever I want. But here we have Lego Dimensions. This is like the first foray Lego had into Sonic, because obviously now, we have Lego has Sonic Lego sets out, right? Like Lego and Sonic have a great partnership with each other. But this is like the first time they ever really collabed on something, really, and I gotta say, it's awesome. The Lego Dimensions Sonic level is very sweet. There's a ton of references to various Sonic things in this, like Eggman, for instance. He juggles the Chaos Emeralds like he does in like the bad endings of the Genesis games. There's plenty of references to Eggman saying, he says like, it's no use, give up, or get a load of this. He says stuff like that. They reference Shadow having a gun in it too. It's just really good. Chaos comes back. They dig deep and have Sonic fight all 3 of the Metal Sonics. There's Silver Sonic, Mecha Sonic, Metal Sonic. There's a ton of Easter eggs. There's like one of Sonic's idol phrases is he literally says the lyrics of "Can You Feel the Sunshine?" That's sweet. I really, as a Sonic fan now, I wish I was a Sonic fan back then and I got that set, because now I feel so bad that I missed out on it, and I want to play that set now. It is so sweet. It is so sweet. And I mean, it's at a time when Sonic was at a low, which is probably why I wasn't a Sonic fan at the time, was because of how low the series was at that point. And my probably perception of Sonic was Sonic Boom, because that was always on TV at the time, so that's probably what my perception of Sonic was, more so at the time. Yeah, because Sonic was in a really bad place in that time, so I really wish we could get that, and seeing this now makes me want a full-on Lego Sonic game, which is what Lego Dimensions did. It gave you a taste of a franchise, and you're like, can I have a full Lego game of this? Like, they had Lego Portal, and I'm like, can I get a full Lego Portal game? Doctor Who was the big one. I'm like, can I please get a Lego Doctor Who game? Because I loved the Doctor Who gameplay on that one. There's other stuff too, like Knight Rider, a Lego Knight Rider game, or there was so many good things in Lego Dimensions. Seriously, it's a shame that it's over now. But yeah, so Sonic was featured in Lego Dimensions. He had an entire hub world dedicated to him, an entire extra level. The entire cast is back. Roger's back as Sonic. Mike is back as Eggman. Colleen's back as Tails. I believe at the time it was Travis, who was Knuckles. Like, they're all back for this. It's really just a fan servicey level. When you go Super Sonic in the Chaos level, when you fight Chaos, they play Open Your Heart. It's awesome. It's just fan service. It's really fun and I enjoy it. And it's the best thing video game wise we got for Sonic for this year. And then it's here that Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania are listed as anniversary games, but they came out a year later. I don't count that, because the anniversary year is the anniversary year. It's that year. So Forces and Mania are listed. I do not count them as 25th anniversary games though. So game-wise, we're very sparse this year. Really, like we've not got it for the anniversary year when it comes to the games. But memorabilia, we do step up a bit. We have the 25th anniversary art book. We have Sonic Comic, which is a Japanese web series of one-shot comics written by Itaro Toyoda. They were released every Friday on the Sonic channel to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. Each comic centers around one character from the Sonic series in an everyday situation and features elements in conjunction with the character introduction and the games the character has been featured in. Sonic comic, I have not read them, and I really want to read them because they've now been translated into English. It seems like a real fun idea. Because of Sonic comic, by the way. Sonic comic is where the whole Maria named Shadow thing, because, you know, a shadow shows you where to find the light. That's from this. That's not from Shadow Gens. Shadow Gens took that from this. So that's fun. That's a real nice fact, a real nice idea. So I definitely want to read these. And one day, maybe we'll do a video on the Sonic comics. I think that would be fun. And then we have, speaking of comics, we had Sonic Mega Drive and Sonic Mega Drive The Next Level. This is the first time we have a comic from Archie that's like to celebrate an anniversary. Because all the other times it was just their comics had the anniversary logo on it. This time is these comics were actually made to celebrate the anniversary. So Sonic Mega Drive and Mega Drive The Next Level are comics set in the classic era of Sonic, and Eggman has a new weapon called the Mega Drive. It's a joke. Obviously, it's a joke. But sadly, this series never got to finish. There was planned to be 3 issues, but the third one was never published, which is a shame because now this series is unfinished, and that sucks because I was really into it when I read it. You know, about Eggman getting the 7 ancient gears, which are like, you know, their version of the Chaos Emeralds, and how it ends with them going to find the Chaos Emeralds because they're like, that's the only thing that can combat Eggman's new Mega Drive, and we never get to find out if they did. I mean, obviously they did do it, but we'll never get to see it, which is a shame. Maybe one day Ian Flynn can upload the script or whatever, right? And Sega will be nice and let him do that. Maybe one day. And then we had the 25th Anniversary Cafe, which, goddamn, man, I see all these cafes pop up for stores, right? Like, just recently, near my house, there's a Hello Kitty cafe, which is now up like 24/7. Sonic, can you move your cafes from Japan to like other parts of the world, please? Because I would go in an instant. I'll go in an instant, I buy everything. So that's the 25th anniversary. We are much weaker than we were for the 20th anniversary, definitely, when it comes to game-wise. But we did get Mega Drive, and we got a cafe, which is cool. But yeah, we're very weak for the 25th anniversary. And then we move on to the final one, which was 4 years ago, the 30th anniversary. So the games we had was Sonic Origins, which is a compilation of the Genesis games, which is Sonic, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Origins also includes a lot of Game Gear games, both Sonic Drift games. It includes Sonic Chaos. I believe it also includes the 8-bit versions of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. It includes Sonic Blast. It includes Tails Adventure and Tails Sky Patrol. It includes a bunch of the Game Gear games in it as well. So it's like supposed to be like the definitive way for you to play all of the Genesis era and Game Gear era games. That's what it's supposed to be. And the Game Gear era stuff was added when Plus came out. Origins Plus came out like a year later. This also was the first time you got to play as Classic Amy. They implemented her in there as well. Sonic Origins is, I mean, and all the versions of the games are really good because you have, like I said, the Christian Whitehead version of CD, and it's the Christian Whitehead version of Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 as well on consoles. The bad thing about Origins, I would say, is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, they took out a lot of the tracks because of the Michael Jackson thing. So a lot of the songs you know and love from Sonic 3 and Knuckles aren't there anymore. Like Ice Cap is different. Ice Cap's now the prototype version, which is a shame. It's a real shame. You know, playing Ice Cap and it's like, it's not the na-na-na-na. You know, it's like, oh, this isn't right. Which is a shame. But it's still Sonic 3 and Knuckles at the end of the day. At the end of the day, anytime I play it, I just mute the audio and play the music on my headphones. So there's that. But I like Sonic Origins. I think it's a great compilation, and it's a great way to get the newer fans you were getting from the movie into the original games. this. It's a great idea, I think. And then we had Colors Ultimate, which was a port of Sonic Colors from the Wii. So this game was stuck on the Wii forever. So this was their way of bringing it all to modern consoles. Good idea. Unfortunately, it's not a good port, and in my opinion, it's not a good game. I don't like Sonic Colors. So, but I mean, I get the idea behind it, right? Capitalize on the new fans you're gonna get from the movie. Here's an old game, right? And it's the idea makes sense because Sonic Colors, when it came out on the Wii, was wildly received. People like Colors, so it's like, well, why don't we port that game over here? It's been stuck on the Wii for years. Let's just bring it over to other consoles. People can play it. It's a good idea. Unfortunately, it was a buggy mess at launch. They have apparently fixed some stuff. And for me, I'm not a huge Sonic Colors fan. But I mean, the idea of this port in general, it's a great idea. Like, the idea-wise, on paper, this makes sense completely. And for the 30th anniversary, Sonic had a bunch of collabs. They went collab crazy this year. So Sonic had a collaboration with Chain Chronicle. In Lost Judgment, you could play the Sonic the Fighters arcade game. There was the Minecraft DLC. There was Phantasy Star Online 2 had a birthday event. There was Shin Megami Tensei Liberation. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, you could play as classic Sonic and Tails. Smash Ultimate had a Spirit Board event. There was Cookie Run. Fall Guys had a Knuckles costume. Monster Hunter Rise had Sonic costumes as well. So they just went collab crazy this year for the 30th anniversary. Probably this was due to the fact that Sonic was back into the zeitgeist because of the success of the first movie, so they felt they had a lot more things to throw around. It's a good idea. Get your name out there as much as you can. The Encyclopedia was released this year, that's a freaking gem. I love the Encyclopedia. It's such a great way of like finding out like all the new lore for Sonic, right? Like, this is now the new Sonic lore that they have. Here it is. It's great. Sonic partnered with G Fuel to have G Fuel drinks. I mean, sure, why not? Everyone else does. Now, this is continuing the idea of actually making comics for anniversaries. We had the IDW, because at this point we're now in IDW. It's amazing how in 5 years we go from Archie to IDW. We have the IDW anniversary stuff. So we have Season of Chaos, which is a phenomenal comic. Oh my god, man. Season of Chaos is a fantastic comic. It brings in like pretty much all the classic characters together. Sonic, Tails, Amy, Knuckles. Then there's Fang, Bean, Bark, Eggman. Metal Knuckles is in this. Metal Knuckles is in this. Man, I love Seasons of Chaos. It's such a great, just like, take all your toys and just throw them together type comic, and it's so fun. Now, Seasons of Chaos is the main anniversary comic, but there was 3 other ones. There was Sonic Learns to Drive, which is Sonic taking your driving test, which is funny. I like it. That's very funny. Eggman's birthday, because hey, it's not just Sonic. Eggman also debuted this year too. And then there was Amy's new hobby, which is very cute. It's Amy showing like comics and stories she's made featuring Sonic and all that. And she's very nervous about what he'll think when he sees them. And Sonic's like, this is cool. It's very nice Son Amy stuff. And then we have Rise of the Wisps, which was the animation that was made for Colors Ultimate. I think it's better than Colors Ultimate because I love Rise of the Wisps. I think Rise of the Wisps is awesome. The fact that they put it in during the events of Colors. Right, when you're at Sweet Mountain, this happens. They shoehorn Metal in there. And there's Orbot and Cubot keep calling Metal bro. It's so fun. And then there was the 30th Anniversary Symphony. So the Sonic 30th Anniversary Symphony happened, and then because of this, Sonic Symphony went on for years after. And I think only now they've just started to take a break of it. And that is all the big anniversary specials we have for Sonic up until this point. Next year is the 35th anniversary. We already know what the logo now looks like, because we know that the first bit of merch they have for the 35th anniversary is going to be a calendar, which I'm so getting. So who knows what the 35th anniversary holds. I will probably make a video closer to the end of the year going over what I think is going to happen in the 35th anniversary. Like how at the beginning of this year, I did a Mario one. At the end of this year, I will probably do a 35th anniversary video giving my predictions on what I think is going to happen. Because that's going to be the campaign for next year is 35th anniversary. Just like how this year is racing around the world. So those are the anniversaries. In terms of which is the best one, I think it's got to be the 20th. I think 20th anniversary is great because you have generations, both versions of gens. You have the best version of Sonic CD. You have Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a nice fun thing. You have the PC pack. Oh my god. That's just awesome, right? And then of course you can add the London Olympics game if you want in there as well. I think that's a great stuff for the 20th anniversary. Like that's awesome. Worst goes to the 15th easily because of what it has, which is Sonic 06 and Sonic Genesis, two games that are awful, and the franchise did not recover for years because of the release of that game. Because of the release of 06, this series was hurt for a long time until like the first movie. This series was hurt. So, yeah, 15th is easily the worst. Even though it features like stuff like Riders and the Sonic X Trainee game and all like that. Like no, you hurt the series badly. You didn't celebrate the series. You almost killed it. So that's it. Those are the Sonic anniversaries. Let me know what anniversary you guys think is the best one in the comments down below, and I will see you guys all next time.